Hi everybody. So I've had this written for a few days now, and I didn't know how to start this video when I first wrote it, because I didn't know how to bring it up, and it's my story. This is my background with anxiety, depression, and my battle with mental health. And so I'm coming to you today from my wardrobe in the attic. This is one of my favorite spaces in the house, probably my favorite space in the house other than my bed, just because it's great. It's my wardrobe. If you've seen my Instagram, you know that I take most of my outfit of the day posts up here. But yeah. So anyway, this video today, I realized that I needed to do it. I know I'm actually posting on Saturday. It's wild. Because of the events going on around the world. And especially locally, because I realized that there's a lot of people that are going home to spend time with people that may not understand their mental health issues and may not understand their battle with mental health, and that this video might be able to help them. I wanted everybody to know that they do have a safe space. And if you guys want to talk to me about it while you're home alone or stuck home with these other people that don't necessarily understand you, I will be more than happy to listen. Again, all my socials match, so drop by, say hi, and we can talk. Alrighty, so let's get started. Over the weekend, and this is kind of why I started writing it, because a lot of my friends and followers were talking about their issues. And the underlying theme of all these issues was wanting to be understood, wanting to be accepted, and wanting to be loved, and wanting to be happy. And my story has both sides of being accepted at face value, like, okay, Taylor has depression, that's just a new part of her personality, we're moving on. And then people being in denial over my depression. So in 2012, I was in a long-term relationship that I am no longer in a relationship with, and I realized that I was lying about a lot of things that had to do with me. I was trying too hard. I was faking a lot of things. I was talking about music and books and clothes and movies that I didn't like, and TV shows that I didn't want to watch, and I was just not myself, and I was laughing too hard at things that weren't funny. I remember that specifically because I was trying to build up my endorphins and have them occur naturally, and it just wasn't happening. That relationship wasn't healthy at all. And it wasn't abusive. It was me. It was me making those decisions, and I'll explain why. But my eating habits and my eating disorder was at an all-time high. I was binge eating where I wouldn't eat for days, and then I would binge eat for 24 to 48 hours where I was just eating all the time. And so that fluctuation in weight, sorry, I have an air freshener and it's on a timer and it just scared me. Anyway, so I was reminding myself constantly, like, my friends would be going to do something and I'd be like, no, I don't like this. No, I'm not supposed to like this. Because I was striving so hard to get acceptance that was never going to come. After the breakup that I did not initiate, I realized that I didn't know who I was anymore. My entire being was based off of that person, my significant other, and that relationship. And I didn't know what I liked, or if I actually enjoyed the things that I said I liked. Like toppings on my pizza, a certain ice cream flavor. I didn't know, like, do I actually like this vegetable? Like, I mean, it was bad. I had completely sacrificed 95% of my personality for a relationship that fell apart. And again, that relationship was not an abusive relationship in any way, shape, or form. I was not forced to do any of that. I made those decisions because I was striving for that acceptance. I was trying to get approval that was never going to come. And I've realized now that that it wasn't going to sorry, I'm playing a playlist right now on my Spotify that's literally called Feelings, and some of the songs are not helping how I'm feeling. But anyway, so the breakup happened, and I realized that no matter what I did, that approval was never going to come. And it wasn't me. It wasn't my fault. But it took me a really long time to figure that out. And I still needed to find myself in the middle of this whole process. And so I think that's what killed me the most. I was taking it step by step at the end of 2013. And I started leaving the house for more than just work. I started hanging out with friends. I reconnected with friends that I thought I lost. And through that breakup and my journey with depression, I did lose a lot of friends. Some for the better, some for the worse. And now it's just kind of how life is. And I'm okay with it. I still didn't feel right. And I felt fake. And so I was like, maybe I should start dating again. And then I had a complete anxiety attack over just the thought of dating again. And I didn't want to do it. And I did want to do it at the same time. And so I'm having this huge anxiety attack and panic attack. And my parents come home in the middle of it. So I told them everything. Absolutely everything. And they couldn't understand it. And it's taken a while, but they understand it now. My mom and my dad help me on a daily basis. And they are there for me in more ways than I could ever have imagined. And I'm so grateful for them. So Mom and Dad, if you ever see this video, thank you. In that conversation, I confessed some of my darkest thoughts to them. And those were thoughts about self-harm. And I scared them by talking about it, and I scared myself. And because it was one of those where you sit there and you think, I can't say this out loud. Like, I would never do this. I can't say this out loud. And because once you say it out loud, once you speak it into the universe, it's true. And I didn't want to admit it. I tried so hard to avoid it, and I just couldn't, because I knew that I needed to tell them everything. I knew that I needed to get it all out. My relationship with food got worse in regards to what I was eating and overeating and portion control, but my eating disorder got better, and I was eating regular meals, and I was eating at regular meal times, and I wasn't getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning to have second breakfast. My parents and my friends knew, but they weren't necessarily sure how to help. And that's kind of where the struggle came from for a while. And I knew that I didn't want to be medicated. I knew that I wanted to figure it out on myself. I needed to learn how to be my own best friend. I needed to learn how to fix myself, because I didn't want anybody else telling me how to fix myself. I had been medicated as a kid and through school, and I didn't want to do that again. I didn't want to be in that position again. I didn't want to have to sit through those therapy sessions because I hated them. I hated other people. How did that make you feel? Like, I feel awful. That's why I'm here. You're supposed to help me with this. Was the medication working? You're taking it regularly? Like, I wanted to be able to do it with my own brain chemistry and figure it out. And that was me. That was me. Absolutely. That was just how I wanted to handle things. I needed to be harsh with myself. I needed to be kind with myself. I needed to be understanding. And I needed to figure out what I actually enjoyed and wanted to do or didn't want to do. And the reason I needed to figure that out for myself is because if I couldn't love myself the way I am at face value, nobody else was going to. So it took me a few years to realize that I deserved to be happy for no apparent reason. So like 2014 to now, I'd be smiling and having, well, not necessarily to now, probably 2014 to 2018. I'd be smiling and having a really good time, and then in the back of my mind, I'd be like, why are you happy? something else is going to happen. Something's going to go wrong. And my anxiety got worse. And so like 2015, I started trying to figure out how to get my endorphins back, how to build those. And so I started exercising in rather unhealthy ways. I was lifting a lot. I was working at a place that there was a gym right next door. So it helped because I could go 3 to 5 times a week or 7 times a week, twice a day. And I did. And then I ended up pushing too hard and I tore my rotator cuff. So that was a little scary. And then, I had to realize that I'm not a bad person and I do deserve love and I do deserve to be happy and accepted. But I was fighting for that acceptance. I was fighting for people to say, I like her for no reason. And it hurt. And it was definitely a little scary, because I had started dating again and I would go to leave and I would start bawling because I was leaving. Like, what? I feel so bad for because I looked nuts. I can't imagine that oh my gosh, the way I acted. And I can laugh about it now, but at the time, I would just have a complete mental breakdown on the way home because for no reason. Like, nothing would go wrong. The date would be perfect. The day would be perfect, and I would just have to leave. And I'd be like, I'm not going to be happy without him. I'm not going to be happy once I leave because I'm happy right now. Like, I have to cry. And it was just nuts. Like, who does that? I did. I did that. And it was such a trap trying to get people to accept me and trying to fight for that acceptance. And I apologized for everything all the time. And it was driving me crazy. Like, sorry, I wore this gold shirt today. I know it probably doesn't look good with my skin. Like, why did I need to bring that up? Like, I love this shirt. I don't care if it washes me out. I don't care what it does. I love it. I love the way it fits. I love the way it looks. I love the material. I love the color. Fine. But in, like, 2016, I would not have said that. I would not have worn this. I would get anxiety over what people were or weren't saying about me. And then 2016, 2017, I slowly started finding myself and working on myself. Truly, truly, truly working on me. And not what everybody else was saying about me. And not what everybody else wanted from me. About what I wanted to do. In the middle of all of this, I'm still trying to finish college and graduate all at the same time and figure out grad school. Like, I still don't know how I made it some days. But so 2018, once my anxiety lessened, I kind of had an aha moment where I would say, why am I letting this person take up space and my time and energy when they don't want to reciprocate? And I'm talking about the people that I was fighting for acceptance for. Like, if they're not going to accept me, okay, like, I'm done. I'm not going to fight for it. And things have started to get better, and I do still have moments and days and strings of days where I get really low and I do have thoughts of self-harm, but not as often with the self-harm anymore. They're really, they're rare. They're very rare. But I have people to turn to and talk about it now. And that's the difference, is that I didn't have anybody to go to before. I didn't have anyone to talk to. And I have people that check in on me. My parents check in on me. And my friends check in on me. People at work check in on me. I wear my emotions very much so on my face. not even on my sleeve, just straight up right here. And there's a lot of people that can tell immediately, especially at work, that I'm not myself and that I'm not having a good day. So it's kind of fun, that I have people that notice. But anyway, they may not totally understand it either, but they listen. And that's the main difference. They listen and they want to care. So 2020, hasn't been very long, but it's been a lot of change for me. I don't apologize for a lot of things these days. I am who I am. My music, my clothes, my style, the food I like. I don't apologize for that anymore. I don't try and change who I am anymore. I don't try to pretend anymore. That was huge. That was huge and made a huge difference. But it was almost 8 years in the making to reach that moment that happened in January. Well, I guess it wasn't January. It was probably last August. It was probably August of 2019 that moment happened, where I stopped and I was like, this is who I am. This is what I like. Accept it or don't. I don't care. I'm almost 30, and this right now, this is the happiest that I've been for probably since I was a kid. I'm happy. And it's kind of sad that it's this late. But it's true. And I'm okay with that. And I care about my opinion. I care about my opinion of myself more than I care about your opinion of myself. I live in my head. I have to be the one that talks to the real me every day. And you don't talk to that person. I talk to that person every day. Moments when I'm alone and things like that. And so a lot of people need to understand, just take me at face value or don't. I fought so many demons to be here today, to make it to this point. I have scars, but my baggage is a lot lighter than it used to be. So here's my advice to you. Be honest with yourself and others about simple things, about your likes and dislikes in music, pizza, things like that. Don't apologize for what makes you happy for no apparent reason. Like, if you like a song just because you do, then you do. Make healthy decisions though, because like me, like, don't get so into exercising to try and build those endorphins naturally that you break your rotator cuff. Don't do that. Entertainment in general, like, make healthy decisions about the kind of entertainment that you like. Make sure that if you are binge watching something, that you get up from the couch and do a lap around the living room or the entire house. Healthy decisions about the food that you like and the people that you're around. Figure out how you want to get help. If you want to get medicated, if you want to get therapy, know the side effects of the medication is the most important thing that I can tell you. Don't mix and match without doing your research. Be very, very careful. That's one of the reasons that I didn't want to be medicated, is because I have a heart condition as a result of being on a medication for a prolonged period of time. And so I did not want medication at all. Because part of this as well, over the past 8 years, is my heart getting better and more healthy. So that's good. Anyway, if you want to use the apps, they are cheaper. They're very good. I don't use one anymore, but I did. And I really, really, really liked it. If you want to fight by yourself, it might take longer, like mine. But know that the conversation is starting. The conversation is getting a lot louder. And it's getting a lot bigger in regards to talking about mental health and being more accepting as a whole. Find people that you can trust. Find people that you can trust and talk about this and have them listen. Take time for yourself and to yourself. So if you need to excuse yourself at work for a moment, go outside, take a minute, cry in the bathroom, whatever. I've been there. I've done that. I've done there. Go outside. Sunlight, is proven to help. So is exercise because of endorphins, but obviously in moderation, be careful. And fresh air is also very good for you. Sometimes being in certain environments is not as good, for your health, like dust and things like that. Learn a new skill, like a new language, or learn how to knit. Put your energy into something, so that when you feel too overwhelmed, you can just turn everything off and go to that. Rearrange your room, or clean your room, because a change of scenery, like feng shui kind of thing, a lot of people really believe in that, and it helped me. Find something that helps you meditate or think, like exercise. Like a lot of people go running and they just kind of lose themselves in their running, or biking, cooking. Actual meditation and yoga is really, really, really good for you. I love them both. Knitting, journaling, driving, and obviously these are my ideas, and I was a psych and soc major, but I'm not a doctor. This is just work for me. This is what worked for me. This is what worked for others. This is tried and true methods through medication and through psychology and sociology and things like that. I want everyone to be happy and feel loved, because everybody deserves that. Take my story and let it inspire you to tell somebody. Take small steps, but make an effort, because that's what matters, is that you're trying. No one can be upset that you tried. I've been told that my entire life. My dad has told me that in my entire life. Like, did you try? It'll be hard, but it'll be worth it. It'll be really, really, really worth it, I promise. I found cooking helped me, with the number 10 thing that I was talking about, where finding something that helps you meditate. It's my time to myself, and it's improved my relationship with food as well. It's hard to ask for help. It's definitely hard to ask for help, but time and food heal all wounds. So thank you for listening. I know that this video is one of my longest videos, but use this time of being at home, and being with your loved ones as a time for you to talk about it. And if you guys need me, I will be here as always. All my socials match. So drop by, say hi, tell me you need me to talk about something or just to listen. And I will be more than happy to do that for you. So thank you guys so much. I feel a lot better now that I've gotten my story off my chest. So nobody's perfect. Everybody has demons, everybody has baggage, everybody has scars that you might not be able to see. So take everybody and everything with a grain of salt. Thank you guys so much. Wash your hands. And I will be posting other videos throughout this week, depending on my work schedule or not work schedule. But yeah, thank you so much for allowing me to share my story and have a safe place that I can share my story, because that's what this channel is all about. Again, thank you guys so much for listening. Thank you. And go out there and ask somebody to listen to you or listen to somebody else. And it would make a huge difference for somebody today, I'm sure. So thank you. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy this beautiful weather that we're having in Pennsylvania, at least. But yeah,